Episode 126, Frozen Meal Follies.
Now, let's talk about frozen meals. Ah, the pinnacle of culinary convenience or the epitome of culinary absurdity? I'll let you be the judge. I recently found myself staring at the frozen meals section in the grocery store, contemplating my life choices. It's like a maze of cardboard boxes and questionable food items. You know you're in trouble when your dinner comes with a side of dry ice. I mean, who needs a meal that doubles as an Arctic expedition? And let's not forget the fancy names they give these frozen concoctions. Chicken Parmesan Supreme or Beef Bourguignon Extravaganza. It's like they're trying to convince us that we're having a gourmet experience when, in reality, we're just one microwave beep away from disappointment. You know you're in for an adventure when the cooking instructions say, pierce film lid with fork and cook on high for 4 minutes. Really? I feel like I'm performing heart surgery on a miniaturized astronaut. And the final result? Well, let's just say it's often a far cry from the picture on the box. Those perfectly golden brown chicken strips? More like sad, pale poultry that lost its way in the Arctic tundra. But hey, frozen meals do come with some unexpected surprises. Like that one time I decided to enjoy a cheese-stuffed meatball extravaganza. I bit into what I thought was a cheese-filled delight, only to discover that it was just a tiny, shriveled nugget of disappointment. I could have sworn I saw the meatball chuckling at my misery. Lesson learned: never trust a frozen meal to fulfill your cheese fantasies. Of course, let's not forget the eternal struggle of the microwave wattage. It's like a game of Russian roulette with your dinner. You set the timer for 3 minutes, and you're either greeted with a piping hot inferno or a frozen iceberg that makes you question the laws of thermodynamics. Can we please just have a standardized microwave wattage for the sake of humanity? But I have to admit, frozen meals do have their place. They're like that one friend you call when you're feeling too lazy to cook, and you just want a taste of mediocrity. They're the culinary equivalent of a participation trophy. Congratulations, you managed to heat it up. Gold star for you. So, the next time you find yourself in the frozen food aisle, remember, life is too short to settle for freezer-burnt satisfaction. Embrace the chaos, take the culinary leap, and maybe, just maybe, discover a frozen meal that doesn't leave you questioning your life choices. Bon appétit, my friends. Now, let's talk about frozen meals, those marvelous inventions that promise convenience and taste in one icy package. Have you ever found yourself staring at the frozen food section in the supermarket, contemplating life while surrounded by an army of cold, sad dinners? It's like walking into a tiny Arctic wasteland where flavor goes to die. And they always come in these boxes that look nothing like the actual meal inside. I mean, it's like a culinary magic trick, but instead of pulling a rabbit out of a hat, you're pulling out a soggy lasagna. Now, don't get me wrong, frozen meals have their place. They're perfect for those moments when you just don't feel like cooking or when your microwave is desperately crying for attention. But let's face it, they often leave a lot to be desired. They promise you gourmet goodness, but what you end up with is something that tastes like a lukewarm hug from mediocrity. And don't even get me started on the portion sizes. I once had a frozen meal that claimed to serve 2 people. 2 people? Yeah, maybe 2 people from a fictional land where eating air is a thing. I finished it in 2 bites and was left contemplating my life choices and wondering if I should raid the fridge for something more substantial. But you know, frozen meals do have their saving grace. They're a fantastic way to test your microwave's resilience. You set the timer, press that start button, and watch as your dinner spins around in there like a desperate astronaut looking for a way out. Will it explode? Will it just end up lukewarm? The suspense is real, my friends. And the instructions on those boxes, oh boy. They're like cryptic riddles from a parallel universe. Pierce film, they say. Okay, is it a film or a meal? Am I supposed to watch a movie while eating or create tiny microwave air vents? And then there's the stir halfway through instruction. But how do you stir a frozen block of food? Do I need a tiny ice pick or a chisel? It's a culinary adventure every time. But hey, let's not forget the joy of discovery that comes with frozen meals. Sometimes you find a hidden treasure amidst the frozen wasteland, like a really delicious chicken parm or a mouth-watering beef stroganoff. It's like finding a diamond in the rough, a beacon of hope in a sea of freezer burn. So next time you're browsing through the frozen food section, remember the absurdity and unpredictability of those frozen meals. Embrace the lukewarm hugs and questionable portion sizes. And hey, if all else fails, at least they make great hockey pucks in a pinch. Thank you. You've been a fantastic audience. Enjoy the rest of your day, and may your meals always be fresh and fabulous. So, let's talk about frozen meals, shall we? Now, frozen meals are a remarkable invention, aren't they? I mean, what's more convenient than a hot meal that's been chilling in your freezer for months? It's like a game of culinary hide and seek. You're like, let me see if I can find the peas. Ah, there they are, right next to the mystery meatloaf. I have to say, though, frozen meals have an amazing ability to make you feel like a gourmet chef. You know, you just pop that plastic tray into the microwave, press a few buttons, and voila! Instant 5-star dinner. It's like watching a magician perform tricks, but instead of pulling rabbits out of hats, they're pulling out lukewarm Salisbury steak. And let's not forget the portion sizes. Have you seen those things? They're designed for, like, borrowers or elves. I mean, I don't know who they think we are, but apparently, we're all living in Hobbiton. They're like, here's a quarter of a chicken breast, 3 green beans, and a teaspoon of mashed potatoes. Bon appetit. But the real comedy comes when you try to read the instructions on the box. I'm convinced they're written by the same people who create assembly manuals for IKEA furniture. They're like, Step 1, open the box. Step 2, remove the plastic film. Step 3, place in the microwave. Step 4, cross your fingers, say a prayer, and hope for the best. And let's not forget the culinary magic that happens when you take it out of the microwave. You know what I'm talking about, that scorching on the outside, frozen on the inside phenomenon. It's like a science experiment gone wrong. You're playing a game of Russian roulette with your taste buds, hoping that it's not lava hot or iceberg cold. It's the ultimate gamble. But hey, frozen meals do have one saving grace: they're always there for you. When you're too lazy to cook, too broke to order takeout, or too tired to even think about making something, they're like your frozen buddies, ready to sacrifice themselves for your convenience. So, next time you're reaching for that frozen meal, just remember the absurdity of it all. Embrace the adventure, enjoy the miniature portions, and let the microwave roulette begin. Thank you, and good night.
And that wraps up another laughter-filled episode of Not So Funny A. If you enjoyed the jokes generated by our AI algorithms, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our comedy-loving community.